We are at a pivotal moment, each of us, of choosing our own hearts, of getting enough space in the inner landscape to decipher and discern what is your own heart. The most immaculate, flourishing, flowing abundance is already alive inside of you. And these intense times have been pressuring each person towards their own center, towards the truth and abundance of their own heart space. There are incredible timelines lined up for each of us. And those timelines clarify, and our access to them strengthens as we locate ourselves in our own heart. If you will, tap your heart. You can tap just above it. You don't even have to touch your body. If you feel really sensitive, that still stimulates the subtle energy bodies. And that's what we're really going for, is lots of flow through the subtle layers, discharging energy above and below that we'll do more of in this video. But right now, tapping the heart space, welcoming the star energy of everything working out just as it's meant to, just as you need it to be, just as beautiful as you could have ever imagined, and more. There is this strong, big daddy energy right now holding us, asking us to allow this process. Keep tapping on your heart if that feels amazing, because the strength you need right now is from inside. And all of life has been conspiring, moving around you, conspiring to pressure you into this place inside yourself. It maybe felt destructive or hard to handle, or like you were all suddenly in places that you thought you had left behind, feelings that you thought you'd already worked through, situations that you thought you'd wrapped up. However, the resurgence of shadow has occurred for you lately. It was benevolent. It was a gift of an experience to take you further into, deeper into your own gifted place. And anything stuck along the way has to be faced, has to be integrated. We need to meet the charge and then recycle it back to source, into and through the earth, slurping up lots of fresh earth energy into our bodies that eliminates the inflammation that makes the pathways for flow and abundance smaller. If things are inflamed, it's tighter, and the energy can't just glide through with ease and miraculous abundance. And so we need the earth relief and the fresh energy to tend to the inflammation that builds in our system because of the ways of being that we've been conditioned into. That has to do with everything. How we're treating our bodies, our water, our food, our activity, our overlapping with other people's emotional and psychic realities. All of it counts and invites inflammation for where there is stuck stuff in the physical body, in the emotional layers of our own personal reality, and sending as much as we can all at once back to source. An infinite recycling center that also, once you're tapped into, you are infinitely resourced, because there is an unending amount of fresh life force, and you letting it in and saying yes, 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 so that energy is circulating through your system better and stronger, which means that amazing abundance that authentically, naturally is thriving in your own center, in your own heart space, that has the chance, the encouragement, the support to flow all through your system and to radiate and ripple through your energy body and through your reality. And so then that becomes your point of magnetism, that becomes your frequency. It was always there, the real you, your real, true, mega deep, innocent, authentic magnetism. But when that inflammation and stuck charge blocks the flow in our pathways, that frequency gets muffled, a bit snuffed out. And then we're putting out trauma and stuck frequencies. And so life gives us situations and contemplations to support us to attend to really being with the stuck stuff, so that the charge of it can be liberated from this energy vessel that is your domain, that is your channel, your personal energetic highway, that it is your job to maintain. Really nicely settled there. Okay, pulling from the hips. Just sweeping the bowl of your pelvis and your hips. Notice any words or stories or sensations that come up. Just noticing. The idea is that we cleanse ourselves from attachment to identifying with the stories, past, future, present, that we can experience them as a non-judgmental witness. When there is no judgment, there's no attachment. And it does require an internal safety to be truly non-judgmental. And my intention with all of these videos, which really feel called to be making videos daily, and my apology to myself, my guides, and our collective, and the collective that wants to gather here, if only I'll follow through on making the videos each day. What have I been waiting for? Maybe you're feeling like that too, with something in your life. For me, naturalness is so important. Yes, the plan and the precision of intention, but that the follow through comes from a place where this feels easy. This feels like, exactly what I want to do. Even when there's clunky stuff too. Even when there's a lethargy or something stuck. That makes attending to that and being with that as honest, as open, as witnessing as possible then becomes the exactly what I want to do. And for me, that took a lot more days than I intended. But I know I know. That's rippling from my heart. That every day this past while, I've been in this process of exactly what we were just talking about. Clearing the way so that the daily flow, which is my personal intention of video and of holding space and of moving energy with others, has clarified so much. And so if you're feeling renewed, refreshed, up-leveled clarity, I am celebrating you so much. And if you're still praying for that to come through, really hope this helps you. What's clarified for me is that I am the headmistress of DCFO Unschool. If you've been following me for a while, you probably already know about DCFO. And we've mentioned it here today. Discharge. For circulation, to either allow or enhance the flexibility and openness, F&O, that is your authentic, thriving state. Flexibility comes from being anchored into the earth. Openness is your foundational, authentic spirituality tapped into source. You are an extension of source. And so clearing the pathway between you and source, having a healthy, active pathway between you and the earth, that's your real, true design. All of us in these bodies. And respecting that and having a lifestyle and daily activity that includes recognition and respect for that skyrockets our health, our wealth, our relatedness to our own experience, so that shadow work and integration can happen. Boom, boom, boom. The feeling of ease and miraculous love and flow. And so that we can experience relationships at levels that we haven't yet experienced this lifetime, or maybe in many lifetimes, internally and externally. So it's clarified for me this summer. I thought this summer was going to look so different. And I'd love to hear in the comments if you had a similar experience. Because it's been challenging not to be hard on myself, that I thought things were happening at summer solstice that still have not occurred in terms of my own work and delivery. But now I'm so glad that didn't happen, even though maybe it could have, and I'd still be here in this clarity. But what has clarified through the summer is the structure of offering DCFO in these experiential containers that feel finally like it meets all of the parts that really want to be met. So I'm talking about the inner child, I'm talking about the inner teen, and the inner young adult. And in that, there's a reparenting process that occurs that is fullness, that is wholeness, that is fulfillment. Oh, it feels so good to be in connection to and to present to you. And so I do have orientation is going to be 4 parts. It's free. You can find the link to sign up in the description below. And the first video will be coming out tomorrow to your inbox. And whenever you sign up, you'll get all 4 parts, whatever's already been put out and whatever is coming. And those will all be coming over the next few weeks. And they'll welcome you to the opportunities for kindergarten, elementary, high school, and apprenticeship mastery in the realm of DCFO Unschool, because we are deconditioning. We are letting go. And we are remembering our authentic design as these extremely energetically intelligent beings. And to speak the language of energy allows for ease with emotional integrity and intelligence, which relaxes the mind so that the intuition, the feeling and sensing relaxes the thinking and figuring and planning and the fear responses, so that all the parts of the mind can work together with so much more ease. Like, doesn't that just sound like relief? And then the physical materializations, your manifestations. If your emotional world is feeling smooth and easy and flowing, if there is a joy and a love and that unconditional approval for whatever emotions you're encountering, and that mind, your mind, is in that easier state where the parts are relaxed, being led by the feeling and sensing faculties, the intuitive faculties, and then the information that comes through there clarifying through your powerful organizing faculties. If it didn't feel so much like forced figuring and just aha, 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 and then if the manifestations are coming through that glory, imagine what they'll be. And then all of that underscored by the intense satisfaction of your natural spirituality. And when all of that's lined up, it's practically impossible for you not to be a high-level moral human being, where the justice happening in your personal system, the cooperation, the collaboration between the parts and the layers that we were just speaking to, that equates to personal justice. And when you are living day by day in a ongoing experience or an evolving experience of personal justice that requires you with yourself, but we're reflecting here and we're working together to remember and breed permission for this, because it is against the grain of what culture and external authorities are asking of us. That internal justice permeates the collective. It becomes this very strong signal that you are contributing, that justice exists, and that it exists through pathways of ease and surrender and authentic expression and abundant, thriving material realities, where that energy is being circulated. Because as we were touching on earlier, there is more than enough. The fresh life force from source is infinite. It's infinite. And DCFO, as more of an equation and a theory, a quantum mechanics theory equation, gives us the simplicity at the center of the complexity that is infinitely resourced energy. You do not take anything from anyone else by being so nourished and fulfilled. By receiving source energy, let it rain down on you now. Let it touch all the places that have been wrestling with shadow, bowing to shadow, allowing shadow, resisting, refusing shadow, these places of inflammation and tension. Let so much life force, fresh life force energy, fresh Reiki energy go to those places and stroke any ego present into retirement mode for right now. Where it's like, you've done such an excellent job at protection. And that made perfect sense because of all that you've been through. That egoic protection really served a purpose. And things are shifting on Earth. And as we desire for our intimacies to shift and our fortunes to shift and the reality of the world to shift, the role of the ego shifts and we don't get rid of it. So important to respect, to recognize. That the defense mechanisms come up as intelligence. And letting so much source energy into these spaces now to soften. So that you get a different chance. So that you don't have to be hooked in the same ways that you have been. That all served their purpose. That all held specific intelligence responding to experiences that you have personally endured. And we are dissolving realities of endurance for the new earth thriving. Communal, collective, but also personal thriving. That it's very important that individual people are experiencing themselves in their deep, authentic thriving, because that's what breeds permission among us and it builds momentum. Oh, so I'm wishing you so much access to that experience, no matter what. But it also love for you to check out the orientation for DCFO Unschool. And yeah, give me some fire in the comments below if you've made it this far. And yeah, I would definitely love to keep up this conversation and to keep moving energy together and to maybe get to know each other even more through some DCFO Unschool offerings. I am Apocalypta, your headmistress. And I'm so grateful to be with you right here in this moment, anchored deep into the earth. And anchored all the way up above, right into source. Thank you to all of the guides and guardians, the archangels and ancestors, the benevolent beings bringing us together for this session. Thank you for showing up. Hope to see you soon.